Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're in South Texas with Wade and his guest Paul Pluff from Smith and Wesson. Paul is an avid hunter who enjoys targeting his big bucks with a pistol. Today, Wade is going to demonstrate how to rattle in a trophy buck for Paul.
Wade kind of came in and asked me if I wanted to go out and do some rattling and see if we can rattle some bucks in. And it's something that Wade and I have been doing for the last few years.
You know, rattling in a two-man formation, kind of like what we're doing here, is something that requires a little bit of a communication. And we've made mistakes like this. Paul and I are addicted to this type of hunting style. We have done this several times. We've rattled in some great bucks in the past. We enjoy this type of hunting because it's action-packed. We're always got something going on, and even when we're rattling and don't get anything in an area, we've still had what we call a successful set, and we're moving to the next one with equally high hope. You know, some tips that I always have when it comes to rattling, no doubt about it, that you got to pay attention to the time of the year. You know, early in the year or late in the year, probably tinkling a little bit is going to be more successful than banging them hard in the peak of the rut. When deer are really in the peak of the rut and they're trying to set up their dominant, they fight hard. You know, I'm going to ease up into a mesquite bush, I'm going to ease up into something, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start throwing rocks, I'm going to start stamping, I'm going to bang into the tree. You know, the first things that happen are deer are posturing, you know, they're kicking the ground. Think about a couple of dogs fighting.
Now, Paul is hunting with his Thompson Center Encore Pro Hunter pistol. This Thompson Center platform is interchangeable with a multitude of stock options, frames, and barrel configurations available. You can find out more at tcarms.com. And it looks like a deer is about to stare down the barrel of one.
As we set up on this little corner of this flat where I had been seeing a lot of deer chasing does, I knew we were probably going to get a response. What deer may show up, I really had no idea. But as I hit the antlers together, man, an old biggin came in.
When you're into the rut season like we are here, they come in like a laser ship. I mean, they just rocketed right into there.
I don't know. You know, when somebody misses, it's okay. Things happen. Buck fever. I mean, just whatever happens, who knows? Misses always happen, but I would sure rather see a clean miss than I would see a shot that, you know, nicks an animal or wounds one. But in that case right there, as Paul dropped that hammer on there, I had already seen this buck hit the ground in my mind. I was already like, oh, we got him. Because that buck came on a string. I mean, when you script the way a buck comes to antlers, that was it. So as you look at rattling as a hunting technique, keep a few things in mind, like I've always talked about. Early in the season, I like to tinkle the horns. If you're hunting an area where there's not necessarily absolutely giant bucks, don't make noise like probably you saw me do on this little piece here where I'm trying to simulate bucks 140, 150, 160 inches. I'm trying to simulate a big buck fight. If you have the option, use real antlers. I'm a big believer in that. The sound, the cadence, the tone, even the smoke that we talk about that can be generated when real antlers are rubbing together, all play a big factor in that. And once again, I'm not saying you can't have success with rattling bags or the little hand rattling sets, because you can. It's just a personal preference on what I like. But know for a fact that rattling in a lot of different hunting situations, on the ground, the way we do it, moving around in a tree stand, is a deadly technique to be able to call in some great white-tailed deer.
Well, you can bet Paul will be back next year to take another shot at a Texas whitetail. When we return, we join Wade and Danielle Sandville, who are looking for their perfect shot of the season. But first, Americana Outdoors encourages you to check out Dead Deer Shooting Sticks for an easy-to-use, safe, and stable option, whether you're standing, kneeling, or sitting. Check them out on their website below for more information.